after kicking my cheating wife out. Her affair partners showed up, leading to a violent confrontation. My name's Mark. I'm 30 years old, and my life just imploded. You know, you think you've got it all figured out. You've got a good job that keeps you in shape, a decent house, and a wife you thought you knew. My wife, Sarah, she's also 30, always been active, even back in college when she was hitting the gym regularly. Then life happened. Schedules got tight, and she started working out at home or running outside. Nothing unusual there. But about 18 months ago, she announced she was going back to the gym, said her new job gave her more time. I thought, great, she'll be happy. Little did I know, that decision would be the first domino in a chain reaction that would blow up my entire world. It started off normal enough, a few times a week, then it was every day, then it was morning and evening sessions. Weekends were booked with classes. If she was stressed, if we argued, if anything at all went wrong, she was off to the gym. It was her escape hatch. And me, I was left wondering where my wife went. We're even 4 months pregnant right now. And honestly, it's a miracle we even found time to make a kid with her schedule. I know it's safe to work out during pregnancy, especially if you were active before, but the intensity never slowed down. If she missed a session, she'd turn into a completely different person, irritable, on edge, like a junkie without their fix. It was bizarre. I tried to talk to her, tell her it was becoming an unhealthy obsession, that I missed her. She'd get pissed, say it was her time, her friends, her circle. She wouldn't come to my gym. I couldn't go to hers. Her gym, her rules. It wasn't about insecurity on my part. I'm not some out-of-shape slob. My job demands I stay fit, so I work out too. This wasn't about her looking good. This was about something else entirely. It felt like she was using the gym to escape, to get some kind of mood boost instead of actually dealing with anything. Nothing ever got fixed, just ignored. And practically, how could she get anything done when she was gone all the damn time? I was doing all the chores, cooking all the meals. It wasn't fair. People started noticing, friends, family. They'd ask me, is Sarah okay? She seems different. She's at the gym a lot. We barely see her anymore. Some even straight up suggested she was having an affair. I laughed it off at the time. An affair? No way. I trusted her. I really did. I went online, looking for some kind of explanation. I poured out my story, desperate for someone, anyone, to tell me this wasn't normal. The responses started trickling in. The first one hit pretty close to home. She's probably overwhelmed, using the gym as an escape, a way to control something when everything else feels out of control. Sarah's always been a stressed out person, a worrier. Her job was brutal, pushed her to the edge multiple times. They even told her to find a stress outlet, which, ironically, was part of why she started hitting the gym so hard again. Then another comment popped up. Someone saying they used to be like that, 3 hours at the gym, 2 sessions, 30-40 miles of running a week. They'd get annoyed if they missed a run, stressed until they got their workout in. They thought Sarah was addicted to exercise, that it was a real thing, like OCD, and with the pregnancy, the body changes. Maybe the gym was her only way to feel in control, pumping iron to prepare for baby lifts, getting it in while she still could. I tried to tell myself that was it, just a control thing, an obsession, a phase she'd get through, but those whispers about an affair, they lingered even though I pushed them down. About a week and a half later, everything changed. I was still living with the gym-addicted wife, still trying to make sense of it all. People had suggested checking her phone in the comments, but I dismissed it. I just couldn't bring myself to invade her privacy like that. Then one day, she left her phone on the kitchen counter. For a minute, maybe 2. It was sitting there, buzzing with notifications, and something just snapped in me. I felt like a damn idiot even considering it. But I picked it up. A quick swipe through her texts. I saw a name I recognized. Some guy from her gym, the one she mentioned a lot. I wasn't too worried at first. She had a lot of friends there. We even went to one of their weddings. But then I started reading. My stomach dropped. I never wanted to know what some random guy's dick looked like, but there it was, in black and white. She was only out of the room for a minute, so I had to scroll fast, my heart hammering against my ribs. When she came back, I was furious. What the hell is this conversation about? Sarah, I practically yelled, shoving the phone in her face. She immediately started screaming at me for looking at her phone. I told her she'd been acting weird. The gym obsession was out of control, and I just looked. I was ashamed, but I thought I'd find nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing, she shrieked. Didn't look like nothing to me. She seemed pretty damn interested in his nothing. I wanted to know if she'd been screwing him, and for how long. She just kept saying no. I couldn't take it. I slammed her phone on the ground. Hard. It shattered. She went ballistic, screaming about her phone. Then she hit me. Hard. On the back. That was it. I walked out. I just walked out and went to my brother's place. My brother and sister-in-law were shocked when I told them. My sister-in-law, bless her heart, had been one of the most vocal about Sarah's gym habits being strange. She'd constantly brought it up to me. They listened. They validated. It helped a little. When I went home, she was in bed, crying, laying it on thick, talking about how she didn't know if I'd ever come home. Give me a break. I took her phone to get repaired. She didn't deserve it, but I still felt like a prick for breaking it. I still didn't know how deep it went. Was it just sexting? Bad enough? Or more? I was convinced it was more. But she refused to admit anything beyond what I saw. Now she was trying to turn it around on me, making me out to be the monster for breaking her phone, for abusing her. I wanted to body slam her after she punched me, but I didn't. I never would. The internet community didn't pull any punches either. This is bad and about to get a lot worse. They were right. Your wife is 100% having an affair. It is physical. What you saw on her phone is the tip of the iceberg. Given her insistence on a separate gym, they figured it probably started before the pregnancy. And the implications for the baby, don't even get me started. She was not in bed crying over you. She was crying for herself. They called them crocodile tears. 5-alarm fire bad. They said, use the leverage, get access to her phone history, social media, deleted messages, not to salvage it, but to make the truth undeniable, keep my head screwed on. They told me, it's going to get worse before it gets better. A few days later, on Super Bowl Sunday, Sarah asked me to stay home from work so we could talk. She'd spent all day Saturday trying to get me to feel sorry for her, lying in bed, crying. I ignored her completely. I went to my family's Super Bowl party. I wasn't in the mood, but I wasn't going to sit at home with her. She kept texting me. Who just leaves like that when something like this is happening? Who is that cold and callous? The nerve of her. I stayed home today. She was full of tears. So sorry. She swore she went to the gym twice a day because she liked it. That's where her friends were. It made her feel good. It was fun. Then she met him. He started flirting. Everyone liked him. He was one of the most popular guys there. I didn't even know there were popular people at gyms. She admitted she flirted back. Didn't mean anything by it at first. He gave her butterflies. It felt like a schoolgirl crush. They started texting. Friendly at first. Nothing sexual for several months. But she felt giddy every time she got a message from him. She was really attracted to him, but told him she was married, that nothing could ever happen. He kept flirting anyway, said they wouldn't cross the line, until they did. One day, they kissed. She enjoyed it, she said, but felt it was wrong. Must not have felt too wrong, because she slept with him later that night. Described it like falling in love for the first time. All she could think about was him. Was she in love with him? She didn't know. Was the baby mine? She thought so, but there was a small chance it could be his. He always used a condom, so she didn't think it was his. But they were sleeping together when she got pregnant. She loves me, she said, but couldn't help that huge spark between them. She didn't know if she loved him, didn't know if the baby was mine, didn't know why she did this, didn't know what we should do. The nail in the coffin, the absolute goddamn nail. She looked me in the eye, tears streaming down her face, and said, you wouldn't really leave me if it's not your baby. Would you? The balls, the absolute audacity of this woman. I stared at her, dumbfounded. Of course I'm leaving you, I said, my voice flat, and I wouldn't raise another man's child. She seemed shocked. Really? With everything we have and all our history, you wouldn't even consider it? I told her no, I would never consider it. She agreed to a DNA test, cheerful about it. Like I was supposed to feel sorry for her. Sorry for what? That her heart was so torn. I don't know who this woman is. She was crying, but they weren't tears of shame or remorse. They were tears for herself, meant to manipulate me, to make me feel bad. The community reaction was swift and clear. She has given you all the information you need to make the right decision. Even if the child was mine, I couldn't stay. Co-parenting was better than staying with her. The good news, they said, was that she'd removed all doubt. I knew what I had to do. It wouldn't be easy, probably the hardest thing I'd ever do, but it was the right thing. I felt numb, totally numb. She'd ruined my life, but I barely felt anything. An affair was bad enough, but she couldn't even stop when she found out she was pregnant. If it wasn't for this pregnancy, I could have walked away clean. Maybe I still could, depending on the test results. She was almost positive it was mine, so I was stuck dealing with her forever. My child would grow up with divorced parents, with a mother who was the gym bike. Maybe she'd even take off to live near her family. Take my kid with her. Oh, but then she couldn't be near the guy who gave her butterflies and screwed her in gym changing rooms. The thrill, the excitement. How could I even blame her? She'd ruined fatherhood for me. Whether this was my kid or not, how would I ever start a family again without thinking of this? I was so damn happy to have this baby with her. So excited, even though it wasn't planned. We had names picked out. I'd been there for everything. And now this, not just me, but this poor kid, regardless of who their father was. Someone online said, "Yikes, I'm sorry." Well, it's like a twisted game of guess who's the daddy. They were right. She's not sorry she's been cheating on you. She's just sorry she got caught. She had no intention of ever telling me it might not be mine. Today, my life officially turned into a trashy daytime talk show. The woman I once considered classy, my wife, had turned into complete trailer trash. She announced she was moving in with her affair partner, the one from the gym. She's pregnant. It might be his. It might be mine. She was too embarrassed to get blood drawn for a paternity test. For about a week, she tried to get my attention, to get me to talk to her, to beg her to come back. I didn't fall for it. I'd been largely ignoring her, and when we had to speak, I kept it brief. We were still living in the same house, but I was in a different room, functioning separately, her pouting, her trying to get a gold star for not going to the gym for 5 days. It didn't work. Then today, she texted me. She's moving in with him. Somehow, I still cared. I'd already met with a lawyer. I could care about her as a human, and possibly the mother of my child, without being married to her, but it still stung. I told her it wasn't a smart move to leave the house. Even suggested she meet with a lawyer. She didn't care what I had to say. I actually felt bad for her, that she couldn't just be on her own. I asked her if he even knew she was pregnant, what story she'd been telling him. She said he knew, and he didn't care if it was my baby. He loved her and wanted to be with her. Bizarre. You can't find anyone else. A married, pregnant woman. Why would you take that on? It didn't make sense to me. He's scum. But good-looking scum, apparently gainfully employed and owns his own home. So you can't tell me my married, pregnant wife is your only option. I could have other options. If this really is my baby, then what? They'll live with my wife and this weasel 50% of the time. How did my life turn into this mess? And she thinks it's embarrassing to have to go get blood drawn. Then, an update I actually wanted, she agreed to a paternity test. My wife moved in with her affair partner last weekend. She didn't take much. Most of her stuff is still here. I still got the feeling she was waiting for me to beg her to come home, but I didn't reach out. It was a strange mix of relief, anger, and sadness. I didn't eat for days, just drank a little too much. But I'm fine. I'm putting this out there because I've been getting a ton of messages, and it's draining to respond to each one, to type the same stuff out. I just don't feel like talking about her that much. This morning, she texted me. Her affair partner wanted a DNA test, so she was going to do it. Imagine that. Didn't matter when I wanted one. But now that he requested it, suddenly it's a great idea. She asked if I wanted to submit a sample because it would be cheaper to have 2 dads tested as part of one package. I didn't care about the cost. I just wanted an answer. I didn't have to see or interact with them, just make my own appointment to get my cheek swabbed. So this Saturday, I'm doing it. Results within a week. I'll take what I can get at this point. It's better than her dragging this out for another 20 weeks. So that's it. I'm fine. Going to work every day. Trying to function, just feel stuck in limbo. I miss her. Honestly, I hate that she's there with him. It makes me sick. Part of me does want to beg her to come home. It'll be even worse if I find out it's my baby and she's with him, unless he drops her at that news. I won't let myself beg her. I won't play any of those games. The community had thoughts. I guarantee you that the affair partner agreed to move her in and have a relationship because she told him that he was the dad. Now that she's moved in, he's realized I might be the dad, so he wants confirmation. They guarantee that if it comes back that I'm the dad, he'll send her packing. They told me to file for divorce, change the locks. She moved out on her own. It's no longer her home. I'm positive that's the case too. And if it's my baby and he kicks her out, what do I do? I know I'll let her come back here, not to remain married. But if she's carrying my baby, I can't let her be homeless. Trying not to think about all the what ifs. Just taking it one day at a time. Easier said than done. It's wild how I've been living with her up until now. The affair partner is just taking care of her until he knows for sure. Either way, he seems like the type to cut her loose. The paternity test results came back. Drum roll, please. And the verdict is, I am the father. It's been a mixed bag of emotions, really up and down. Originally, I thought I just wanted to be completely done with her, not have any lifelong ties in the form of a full-blown human being we shared, but I was sort of happy or relieved when I got the results. I'd already had it in my mind that I was going to be a father for months before I found out she was cheating. Sometimes, I just have moments where I can't believe this is my life, that this is the situation my kid will be born into, and I hate her for it. She's still living with him. All of her belongings are still here in our house. I refuse to do the work of packing everything up for her. She doesn't seem concerned about taking any of her things beyond the essentials. After we got the news that I'm the baby's father, she texted me to say she's glad that I'm the father and that she knows I'll be a great dad. She was texting me new baby name ideas last night. She's tried calling, but I ignore the calls. I only speak with her via text. This morning, she asked if she could come by and get a few things. I told her it was fine. My lawyer advised me not to prevent her entry to the home, but I told her that he better not be with her. So who shows up with her? The scumbag boyfriend. He walks right into the house behind her like it's no big deal. She ran upstairs to get the stuff she wanted, and he and I were just left standing there in the living room. He told me it wasn't her fault he was there. She told him I didn't want him to come, but he forced his way along. He wanted to talk to me, supposedly to tell me he understands how I must be feeling. No, you don't know. He told me he knows I probably don't believe him, but he genuinely loves her and knew he probably wasn't the father. He accepts it and then tried to assure me he won't try to take my place with the baby and hopes we can just get along since we're both going to be in her life now. He promises that she's fine. He's looking after her. I stared at him. I couldn't for the life of me imagine what he wanted with a pregnant woman who was having another man's child. I told him I found it weird. Then I told him if he didn't get out of my house, I'd punch him. I went upstairs. She was trying to find some things in the bathroom. I asked her why she brought him along and told her I find it really strange that he still wants to be with her now that he knows he has nothing to do with this baby, and that I refuse to let him have anything to do with my child. She said he talked her into coming, and she's sorry and never meant for any of this to happen. But she's in love with him now. He is supposedly what 30-year-old her is looking for. Not me. She's setting up a nursery in his house, and I can set one up at my house. She has no intention of trying to get full custody or anything like that. She doesn't want to keep me from being involved in my child's life. How generous of her. She went back downstairs, and I followed her. He was still standing there in the living room. I just walked up to him and punched him. He stumbled back and fell into the table. She yelled, "What the fuck?" and ran over to him. I don't even care at this point, as if he's going to call the cops. He deserved it, and it wouldn't have happened had he just left like I told him to. Several hours later, she texted me to say she was sorry about today. He really meant what he said, and he's actually a good guy, and he cares about her and respects me. What the fuck? He respects me. He was screwing my wife in the gym locker room. I texted back, "You can't be serious." She replied, "Fine. I'm trying to have a mature conversation about this. I can't help that we fell in love. Believe it or not, I'm not trying to hurt you, and I want everything to be amicable. This guy stole my wife, and he's trying to steal my kid too. Sure, I'm the actual father. But now they're setting up a nursery together in his house. I've tried not to feel jealous or sad. I've tried to maintain the thought that he's the trash man who picked up my garbage. Sometimes I feel that way, but the truth is that I loved her and still love her. I don't want to stay married to her on principle alone. But this is devastating to me.